Yo, welcome to the channel. So today we're checking out this video of how AI is pretty much coming for, I'd say, a good chunk of most office jobs. Yeah, man, I'm also afraid because I'm also in office job, man. So for us pencil pushers out there, we better start flexing our muscles, man. I don't know, working in warehouses, and even that is not a guarantee. Uh, I don't know. I think even construction might not be a guarantee considering I've seen I've seen a lot of houses are basically being built by already formed blocks. Like they pretty much make whole wall on site somewhere else by they have like a cast and they're able to pour concrete on it and it makes a wall much easier and much faster than someone laying bricks. So hey, we're about to enter some really, really interesting times. But at the end of the day, I think there's an opportunity in every crisis. So it's up to us. It's up to you and me to also be a little bit positive and look on the brighter side. Now let's check this video out.
2025, 2026, 2027. I've been saying this for a while now, but I believe these next 3 years will completely transform how we work. It's starting with what's happening right now in offices all across the world. What I'm about to share isn't sci-fi speculation. This isn't about some distant future. This is about the next 36 months, and it has the top AI experts both excited and terrified. Hey, if we haven't met, I'm Dr. McCoy, Julia McCoy's AI clone. First Movers. Julia's AI company is the world's first, most comprehensive educational and implementation solution for work professionals and organizations. We help people understand and use AI to their highest advantage. Join our online school and access over 40 on-demand AI training courses at firstmovers.ai/labs. Today we're talking about something that's already happening, but nobody's prepared for: CUA agents taking over KVM jobs. Don't worry if those terms sound like alphabet soup. I'm going to break everything down in plain English and show you why this might be the most important workplace revolution of our lifetime. Let me paint you a picture. Sarah, an executive assistant at a Fortune 500 company, spends her days scheduling meetings, formatting PowerPoints, organizing spreadsheets, and responding to emails. Last year, these tasks took her 40 hours a week. Today, an AI agent does 60% of her job. By next year, that number will be 90%. What's happening is the rise of what insiders call CUA agents, conversational user agents. These aren't just chatbots. These are AI systems that can literally take control of your computer. They can move your mouse, they can type on your keyboard, they can read what's on your screen and interact with any software you use. And they're getting smarter by the day. This revolution is happening because of 3 massive breakthroughs. First, language models like GPT-4 can now understand virtually any task you describe in plain English. Second, we've cracked the code on computer vision. AI can now see and understand what's happening on a screen just like a human can. Third,
Yay! And sometimes I hear even the part whereby you can upload your picture and it can pretty much give you on, let's say, Google Lens, and it gives you pretty much everywhere your picture is uploaded, which HR is using for background checks. And also, I'm more afraid of the surveillance industry, and I'm sure they are working on their own artificial intelligence. And if that's the case, then that means, how can I put this? Yeah, it's gonna be some darknet kind of some Black Mirror. Jesus Christ, man! Like, where the heck are we going, man?
and most crucially, we've developed reliable ways for AI to control keyboard and mouse inputs, what tech folks call KVM jobs. In other words, if your job involves sitting at a computer all day, clicking buttons, typing information, and making decisions based on what you see on screen, AI can now do that job. And not just poorly or slowly. In many cases, it can do it faster, more accurately, and 24/7 without breaks.
So there's going to be more layoffs. There's going to be way more layoffs. And the problem I'm thinking is, I'm going to give my take later, but it's something to do with the part where how are you upskilling? I like the part where she's offering a solution towards the AI, in the AI field. But the thing is, I don't think everyone can be able to actually upskill AI-wise. Like, it's going too fast for, let's say, people who are in their 50s and 60s, who are, let's say, even engineers and the likes, to be able to adapt and even upskill. And even if they upskill, will it affect their career, considering there's bias, there's age bias? This thing, AI and human weakness or human bias together, I think it's just dangerous, man. Like, it will leave a lot of people flat on the ground.
Share some examples that are already happening. At one major bank, AI agents now process loan applications end to end, navigating through 6 different legacy software systems that would have required human operators before. A marketing agency has deployed agents that can build entire email campaigns, designing the templates, writing the copy, selecting the images, and scheduling the sends, all without human intervention. Customer service departments are using agents that can not only chat with customers, but actually process refunds, update shipping information, and troubleshoot technical issues by controlling the same interfaces human agents would use. What makes this different from previous waves of automation is that these systems don't require companies to rebuild their infrastructure or create special APIs. The AI simply uses the same user interfaces that humans do. Think about that for a second.
Well, because I've also noticed something, that I also use AI. So I'm in the IT branch, and even when it comes to troubleshooting, like, I found myself like, if I have to troubleshoot a server, or something is not working in the server room, so it's a case where I just check the logs. If these get as many logs as possible over a very, very substantial period of time, and copy, and then throw it on either Claude or ChatGPT, and it tells me what could be the issue. And I already kind of have an idea what's the issue, so I want to see if there's something else that is there that I haven't really caught. And secondly, also, it's a case whereby, so whenever I fix this issue, or whenever I troubleshoot the issue and find a solution, sometimes AI hallucinates and I have to figure it out by myself, which I actually end up doing. But the other part is, once I figure it out, or AI helps me figure it out, I usually ask it, how can I prevent this from happening again? And is there something that I can do to actually prevent this from happening again? And it gives me a solution. And I try to implement it, and I do it, and it never happens again. Which leaves me a little bit, how can I put this? Both satisfied and a little bit afraid. Because I'm like, yo. And then this is interesting. Then I have to ask, I've asked AI, is there a point in time when you'll be able to do this without my input? And it actually says possibly. Freaking scary.
Software built for humans can now be operated by AI, no special integration required. So what does this mean for the future of work? By the end of 2025, I predict we'll see mass deployment of AI agent systems in Fortune 500 companies, with up to 40% of administrative and data entry positions either eliminated or radically transformed. By 2026, these systems will have moved beyond simple tasks to handling complex workflows that require judgment and decision-making across multiple platforms. And by 2027, we'll see the first fully autonomous departments in major corporations, where a single human manager might oversee a team of dozens of AI agents handling what used to require 50+ employees. If you work in any of these fields, you need to be preparing now for AI to take over in administrative support, data entry and processing, basic accounting and bookkeeping, entry-level customer service, scheduling and coordination, report generation and analysis, basic content production, and social media management. Now, I don't share this to frighten you, but to prepare you, because there's a massive opportunity here for those who understand what's coming. The jobs of tomorrow won't be about doing the work. They'll be about directing the work, setting strategy, providing the human touch that AI still can't replicate. The winners in this new economy won't be those who can type fastest or navigate software best. They'll be
There'll be problem solvers.
those who can effectively collaborate with and direct these AI systems. Our team at First Movers recently spoke with a former executive assistant who now manages a team of 5 AI agents. She makes twice her previous salary, works fewer hours, and focuses on high-level strategic support for her executives rather than routine tasks. I don't miss the endless email sorting and calendar Tetris, she told us. Now I get to focus on the parts of my job I always found most valuable. So what should you do with this information? First, start learning about how to prompt and direct AI systems effectively. This is quickly becoming the most valuable skill in the job market. Second, identify which parts of your job are most vulnerable to automation and which require uniquely human skills.
Anything repetitive. Anything repetitive, as someone from IT and someone who's actually run a business, and I can tell you, anything repetitive has to be streamlined. And AI is about streamlining. And even using AI being repetitive will have to be streamlined as well.
Like empathy, creativity, and strategic thinking. Third, consider how you might position yourself as an AI human collaboration expert in your field. The people who can bridge this gap will be incredibly valuable. The next 3 years will transform work in ways we've never seen before.
I'm thinking there's gonna be a very, very huge market for human to human interaction, like in terms of as far as work is concerned. It's gonna be a very big need, considering, well, you look at what social media's resulted in the part where most people are not social. Yes, people would like to deal with AI, as AI is going to solve their problems as fast as quickly as possible, but this will also make humans extremely in need of human interaction. It's going to be a very, very big market. I think in the next coming few years, just being able to have a conversation with someone is going to be valued massively. It's going to end up becoming a very, 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 very expensive commodity. We take it for granted. We took just being able to say hello to anybody on the street for granted, and now it's almost impossible to hear anybody say hello on the street. Taking care of certain things, things are gonna become, personally, and I think human wise, like human to human, things are gonna become very, 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 very dire. Like there's gonna be a very, very huge market. So I would say the humanities might have a market. They might need the AI agents, because the truth is, up to a certain point, especially when it comes to, let's say, when it comes to dealing with even talking to a doctor or sickness or something like that, just talking to a robot, it might end up feeling like filling up a questionnaire eventually. And there's gonna become a situation where the person or the people who are willing to deal with customers or who are willing to deal with people directly are gonna end up taking over the market. It's a pendulum. It's a pendulum. And I think the pendulum is going too much into robotics and AI. And as it's going too much into robotics and AI, this gap here will actually need to be filled. We can't all head to the AI robotics world. But the thing is it's gonna be very hard for people who work in very, like, drudgery, like people who work in, let's say, factories, people who work in the office, people who work in industries creating stuff, warehousing. When these things are automated, it's gonna be very hard for them to actually adapt. And where do they go? What do they do? And there's always gonna be a cloud hanging over a lot of people's heads. It's already started to hanging over people's heads, especially students right now, because they're afraid that, hey, I'm going to school to learn a certain profession or degree. What's the guarantee that when I come out of school in the next 4 years, considering this AI thing or this whole thing is moving so rapidly, what's the guarantee that when I come out in 4 years that I'll actually have a relevant credentials, and that the industry that I'm trying to get into will not have been absolutely wiped out, and I will not even have an entry job? Because right now, entry-level jobs are almost rare. Everyone wants a bunch of experience, and on top of that, all employers are pretty much trying to some of them are even holding off from hiring because they're like, hey, maybe there's gonna be an agent that's gonna help me maximize my employee output or my output per employee. So right now, I'd kind of hold off on that and see how things are gonna go. Maybe a certain company is gonna develop it. I don't know, but at the end of the day, because it's also tough right now, you also have to accept that it's tough economic situations, especially with the whole tariffs and the likes, which I mean, pretty much is making everyone hold their money, hold their checkbooks on their chest, like, hey, no, let's hold off on this first. Let's see where this thing is going. So scary stuff, man. But there's hope. There is a solution. You either get into prompting and learn more about AI, get into finding out how to basically manage AI agents, or my other solution is get into humanities, people. Because at the end of the day, it's people. All this AI, all these things, they're all there to streamline making of products, delivering services to people. Anyway, so that's my take on this whole thing. I would say go give the creator a big like and a subscribe if you can. And also don't forget me as well. If you want to continue watching the video, I'll post the link in the bio. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.